All right, now let's dive into this. This is graphically what our TeamCity pipeline looks like. And right from here, I'll pull up the actual TeamCity configuration and we'll go through it. But you can see our integration build happens first. Then right after that, we have a stage in the middle that just has to be there because technically we are running it on a different operating system. Now, this happens to be the cause of this happens to be because this reference implementation chose to use Azure Container Apps with Docker, and so our build server, the agent that we've chose, is a Windows build server because we have some tooling that just is Windows tooling, right? Not all of the tooling in even .NET 7 has migrated to where it literally doesn't matter what version you use and you can go on Linux. So that's that. And so the Docker build and push is running on a Linux agent, whereas integration build is running on a Windows agent. And so we're containerizing our application there and then pushing it onto the TDD environment. So you can see on each stage, we have 21 tests that ran in the integration build. Again, this is a tiny application. So this is a reference implementation. So we have 21 tests between the unit tests and the integration tests. And then in our fully deployed environment, we deploy it, and then we've run 4 full system tests, okay? And then going forward, we have 2 builds that run in parallel. We have one that's called delete TDD, because with this configuration, after we've run it, we don't need the TDD environment to stick around in Azure running up our bill. It's just not necessary, because when we do something on a feature branch, we're going to spin up a temporary TDD environment, we're going to run the tests, and we're going to destroy it. And with parameterization, with the build number, and then parameterization for the URLs in Azure as we create it, and database names, we can have any number of feature branches being actively worked on by as many developers as we have going, and all of this will be parallelized, and our TDD environment will be automatically parallelized just depending on how many builds are running on how many feature branches. So that's a really strong capability of this technique, and TeamCity handles it flawlessly. And so we're going to delete the TDD environment after it's done. And then the UAT environment, user acceptance testing, that's a manual test environment. So we'll deploy there, and that has an approval gate, which I'll show you. And then off of there, we go to production. And then there's something at the end that I'll show you that kind of makes sure that the delete TDD environment actually finishes in production, so that we know we don't have anything hanging out. Because if this, for some reason, we go to production, but the delete TDD environment fails, then we might have Azure resources that are sitting around running up our bill. And so we kind of have a termination step at the end, which I'll show you.